Yo, Black Four Horsemen in the building with another one, man. Another one this week. Keeping you folks,
Trying to
you
find.
good wrestling folks, up to date with some of the most craziest and new and all that good stuff when it comes to WWE with a little bit of AEW, NXT, and whatever's popping up, man. We want to make sure that we jumping in front of you guys with it. So, man, got my boys Q OG in the building. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing this Tuesday evening?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Feel like it's been forever. I missed last week, and it seemed like it's been a month since I talked to you guys, man.
Oh man, you really that means you slick care about everybody when you saying it like
Hey
that.
man,
Like you
I
Yeah, you know how
almost,
it is, man.
I almost bust a tear out, man. That was
yeah,
beautiful.
But appreciate y'all holding it down last week and putting the
well,
content out there. So
now he see OG carried the show. You know what I'm saying? He
Man, quit. You
man,
you ought to be ashamed of yourself,
him
man.
popping up and doing what he was doing and sharing the knowledge that he was, you know what I'm saying? I just,
Man,
wanted to make sure that
you
he
the
didn't outdo
doggone
me.
architect, man.
Nah,
You the architect. You know
I
what I'm
I
saying?
don't know about all that, but
The Seth
yeah.
Rollins of the crew.
Now
man,
Seth Rollins let people know.
what,
Let people say it on Raw. He Seth Rollins dead.
man, what? So
Seth,
Rob's gonna
Man,
be out for a minute.
yeah, I'm saying this.
man.
I was like, Bronson Reed that killed Seth Rollins.
Yeah, the what? The same water kids.
Yeah, that's
They did say that, didn't
oh man. Um, yeah, man. We appreciate you guys rocking with us and stuff as always. Don't forget to, do what the timeline says down there, man. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. You know what I'm saying? On YouTube, go ahead, hit that notification bell. Let them know that we are live. It let you know when we are live and when we posting things, when we got posts, and whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and mess with your boys, the Black Four Horsemen or whatever. And don't forget that we also have a podcast on Spotify as well. So if when you see that information come back through the ticker or whatever, make sure you write all that down. Make sure you link up with us on all these platforms so you don't miss what the Horsemen got going on. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start with SmackDown. Let's just try to talk through that and just kind of go with what we know here. Don't have any notes, man, but that makes for a better show because we can go ahead and talk about the stuff that we actually care about.
Man, let's just get to it. It ain't no need in talking about it. The OTC was back in the building, and
Uh,
that was when I say I honestly thought it was gonna be a talking segment. I just knew he was gonna come out. He was gonna talk and talk a little more and then talk a little more. But when Cody opened the show, I was like, hold up. Cody opening the show and you have advertised the tribal chief coming? It threw me off.
no, well, you got to say that for the end because
Yeah,
if you flip flop what happened with Cody opening it and make Cody close and do what he was doing with KO, man, niggas would have probably changed the channel.
yeah. You
Okay.
gotta realize with TV, you advertise that to keep people watching. You don't let them know when he's gonna come out, and he'll come out at the very end. But you got to watch the whole show to see him.
And
That's
guess
that's a,
what?
that's a rating thing.
And yeah, thank you. And guess
And
what?
it
You
worked.
seeing it, and you seeing everybody else that what SmackDown and stuff has to offer and stuff as well. So, with them doing that, it gets more people to keep their eyes and on the other stuff that happened
Yeah,
in
yeah.
between time or whatever.
Yeah.
But since we talking about Roman, the original tribal chief coming in and wrecking shop and leaving or whatever, a lot of people been asking about what about Jacob for two? You know what I'm saying? That you see how they in Q you said it a couple of weeks ago after I think on our recap or whatever that they doing this injury to build on when Jacob's going to come
Right.
back, and it's going to be Roman and Jacob's first interaction. You see what I'm saying? If they would have had him, they right now Roman is on his face kicking ass kind of momentum right now. So everybody from the Gorillas of Destiny gonna get it.
Hmm.
Even Solo. They didn't want to include Jacob in that, which is straight because they continue to make Jacob this badass. You know what
I
I'm saying?
now I think he is legit hurt. He just may not be as hurt as people think he is. Even just a bruised ankle, he may be out for a couple of weeks. But I think they are gonna sit him down to a point right when Roman is confronting Solo, or right when maybe he's beating Solo down. Then Jacob pops back up to refire that up and start there because yeah, you don't want them interacting right now because Jacob's personality is so up here that they don't want him to trump Roman right now. So
Exactly.
And
yeah.
So they
do they let Jacob even start talking at that point?
Well, actually, at this point, you ain't got to talk. It's just from a physical standpoint. I think Jacob would kind of hold his own. So if he go in there and start beating Roman down, and Roman doesn't get any offense, then all of a sudden, so it's gonna be. I'm curious to see how they play it out when they do actually see each other and touch what the plan is. But yeah, he can sit down for a while. Now I am kind of I was surprised by something, the fact that I had to go back and watch it. I don't think Roman even said anything when he came out because I think they ended up rushing to the ring and the Solo interrupted him. So once he actually said, and I heard somebody say this a couple days ago, when he first gets that mic back and he says, "Acknowledge me again," no, it's gonna blow the roof off the place. I think they purposely saving that too.
yeah,
I just
ain't
love
no talking right
everything.
now.
I love
Yeah,
everything they did with that.
because I would say he was in, I think was it Omaha or Oklahoma somewhere with his last SmackDown. I think it was in Omaha.
Uh,
And no
I don't
disrespect to
know.
Omaha, but I think they waiting for a bigger crowd, bigger show for Roman to talk. Say so.
Man, fuck you, Omaha.
Yeah. So now we gonna say that.
Oh my goodness. But
But
we
when
we we love y'all. We thank y'all for y'all buddy. But we gonna save
we just gonna
Roman
get
At
speech
least,
y'all
while
we
hey, at
gonna
least
get
I got
y'all
to see
ass
him.
whooping. We gonna get
Some
y'all
people don't even get to
ass
see
whooping.
Roman. Y'all saw him, but he just, we gonna say that talking for.
we
Hey,
gonna say that
and
talking for a
and two
bigger.
and 2 weeks in a row at that, he may talk in Orlando Friday. So yeah,
Orlando, yeah. If he comes to Orlando, yeah, they
he may talk in Orlando. But
Yeah.
hey, but that. So let's backtrack a minute. So what do y'all think about this KO Cody situation?
And go ahead, bro.
well, now honestly, I think it's gonna be a legit match. I think they just giving Cody something to do before they circle back around to Randy because I think Randy is next. He's gonna go over there and get beat down by Gunther and Bash Berlin, and he gonna come on back, and then they're gonna start us up with him and he to a point where I would not be surprised that once Randy does kind of get involved with Cody, the KO kind of steps in to try to take up for Cody, and then that causes a conflict, and then we end up with a triple threat match. Maybe at one point you get all three, then you get a 1-on-1 between Roman and Cody.
That's interesting.
You said Roman and
I
Cody?
mean, Randy
Oh,
and
okay.
Cody.
Randy and Cody. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I don't know.
Who turning
I
heel
just,
is my
I
question.
that's
just,
the. I don't think he's gonna
Randy,
turn. I don't think he's gonna turn.
Really?
Yeah. Well,
Randy is
Randy will.
probably
I don't
going.
think KO. I
Randy
don't think
will. I
Kevin's
don't
gonna be.
think
Yeah.
KO will just yet. But I'm okay because, like I said, it gives them something to do
Mm-hmm.
right now, and it also we all like these matches and stuff. We're looking at what we're looking at a good match, from a good match point of view because we
Yeah.
know that nobody's dropping the title. Um, Even though KO was one of my ones that I wish had another opportunity to hold the title or whatever. Maybe he goes over to Raw. Maybe he goes over to Raw um, to achieve that. But we're just looking for good matches and stuff. There was an interesting stat where Randy Orton, coming over from SmackDown into to Raw or whatever, that Randy has been taking L's at these PLEs for a nice little minute. You know what I'm saying? They're taking the L there for a nice minute,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think they're trying to say that to be like to make people think that this is going to be his chance to get title number 15, and we all know that ain't the case. We just looking, like I said, for good matches.
Hey, speaking of Randy, and I'm gonna say this. That's why I wish I was on last week to say this. So as soon as Randy showed up on a Raw, all the Twitter was talking about. So the draft means nothing now, and blah blah blah. And I think they forget or they missed it. So earlier that day, um, Adam Pearce was on social media. I think it was at the WWE account. Said that him and Nick Aldis has been talking, and some wheeling and dealing has been going on. So I don't know if this was a permanent trade or just a a one-time thing for Randy to come over there. But that's why he left SmackDown and ended up over Raw because him and Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis had discussed that deal. So I think a lot of people missed that earlier today on social. That's why one thing about WWE, you got to pay attention to everything. Social media was on TV, was not on TV because it constantly changing, constantly adding things. So.
And how about we just don't do this brand split thing? And I mean, why don't we just don't? I mean, why don't we do this draft and stuff? I mean, yeah, you have SmackDown and Raw, but let people float. That way, we ain't got to pay attention to shit. People just can go and come as they please. Pause, and go and over and get tag titles here or that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just end it.
Yeah, well, that kind of goes back to what Mark said a few weeks ago about the one title thing. You either gonna split the shows and have all the champions float back and forth, or you just gonna have one title and and then everybody can kind of go wherever they want to go when it comes to the show. So I think the whole purpose of the brand split, I believe, was to have different champions on different shows, and I think it really does come down to those TV networks. Like
Right.
USA wants certain guys on Raw, Fox wants certain guys on SmackDown. Now that may change next year when Raw goes to Netflix. But
everybody gonna want to be on Netflix.
man, what? Yeah, they might strap the whole brand split then and just have everybody show up. Not only for Netflix benefit, but for them too. Because if with Netflix, you don't necessarily have to worry about. Well, Netflix doesn't have to worry about canceling a possible show because Raw's not going anywhere. They can't say the ratings is the reason why they canceled the show.
But I think that speaking of talent, they had quite a few more matches than they normally would on SmackDown this past week too, which was kind of shocking for me.
They're pushing to try to. I saw something else that they're trying to push for SmackDown to be 3 hours and stuff, and I don't want that either. SmackDown is great with the 2 hour format. You get to the action. You don't got a whole lot of fluff. Just go ahead and just leave it the way it is. Raw, if we gonna leave Raw at 3 hours, we're starting to get used to that. Let it be.
You know what? I wonder if that's speaking of the TV networks. I wonder if that's USA saying, "Well, since Raw is 3 hours, why can't SmackDown be 3 hours?"
You know what?
Because they're back on USA now. So
you about right.
But 3 hours on a Friday night.
Yeah, that's
gonna be tight. That's almost like 2 hours on a Saturday. It just don't work.
That's true.
It just don't work.
Never thought of it like that.
I think the 2 hours on Saturday, I think would work if it was earlier during the day. Like when AEW tries to do Collision on Saturday night, they need to do it like in the middle of the day, like 4 or 5 o'clock, as opposed to waiting until that evening because the target audience that they're trying to hit, chances are going out on that weekend.
They're going out, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So we had Roman, and we talked about the whole KO thing, which is hopefully is a good match, and KO's able to put on the show to where we can look at him. It's like, okay, once he running back again, so KO could possibly end up getting a title down the line, but we already know what it is on that. The women's tag team division.
Who are those women anyway? Where they come from? I mean,
they came from NXT London,
but they have
UK.
No.
But
that's because you wasn't watching
you weren't watching it.
Yeah,
but also in NXT they were doing well as well. And I'm okay. I'm starting to get, like I said, I'm starting to be more okay.
Bring me the books.
We'll get to that in a second.
I am. Let's just stay with this one because we'll get to them in a minute. Damn.
What was I about to say? Yeah, actually, and funny that they're one of those tag teams that in NXT they were actually enemies. They feuded with each other. Aladon and Alba Fire were actually in one. I think Alba Fire was babyface. The other one was a heel, and they actually. So one of the things where after they got tired of beating each other up, they joined together as a tag team.
Okay,
that's where that's what that unholy union name came from, because they was like opposites of each other. So.
They just give me iconic vibes.
Hey, I like the
Iconics though.
I
better than this
team.
So.
I like the icon. The Iconics were at least a little bit more entertaining. But so now you got a little. Then they do the little pose. Shout out to Iconics.
Okay.
But yeah, so now like but I do like what they're doing with it though. They're getting them competition from everywhere. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You got uh Bianca and Jade, even though Jade pinned one half of the champs are on SmackDown.
Hmm.
Um, who else is over there that they are trying to see who else came out
It was
with it?
Blair Davenport was the one that kind of
Oh
came
yeah,
in and appeared.
So
Yeah,
Blair came in and jumped back in. So now Naomi has come
yes.
back, and so now we got
With
that.
the afro flinging in the air and
Man,
everything.
she was running her hair all in the afro and
Yeah.
everything, and she came out in Rick shop, and now we got those three together. So we know that we might have a triple threat somewhere down the line on SmackDown with
See,
those three.
real quick, speaking of Naomi, and I mean, sometimes I love Twitter, but sometimes I be wanting to say, "You stupid motherfuckers." I saw somebody on Twitter say something about uh, Naomi combed her hair out to look like the Wild Samoans, a part of the bloodline. I'm like, come on, y'all. That is a
Hey, reaching.
genuine grown afro from the motherland. Come on, y'all. Come on. So yeah, man.
Oh my
They try
god!
their best to put Naomi with the bloodline, man.
Oh my god! They had to be white.
Yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah. Yes.
sorry.
Yeah.
They had to be white. Come on, man. We not doing it.
Right.
We're
Hold
not
up, go
doing it.
go go back to that picture real quick. I got a question because I was sitting here and I was, you know, are those almonds in
In
the
the cereal.
cornflake? You know, we don't eat.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was.
okay, never mind. All right, go
It's
ahead.
barley, oats, and almonds deep fried.
Oh, that's you right.
Yeah, it's deep fried. You gotta watch the Chris Rock skit, bro. Bring it up whenever you
Yeah.
get a chance. Bring up the nigga please skit from Chris Rock, bro. They'll tell you exactly how to make it,
Yeah.
Oh golly.
man. Yes. So,
Carry on.
yeah, Gary. Yeah, we carry it on, but yeah. So that's what that nigga please moment is brought to you by whoever said that dumb shit about her and her hair talking about she a wild Samoan. Well,
Well, yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
but so yeah, so those three ladies and stuff will team up to go against Blair Davenport and Unholy Union at one point in time. So um, they're keeping the tag champs, they're keeping them pretty busy, and we'll talk about that as we go to the Raw program. But let's talk about the Andrade and Mello saga. That Mello is just not going to give up. He ended up costing Andrade a number one contenders match for the
Hmm.
United States Championship, which is I kind of figure what was going to happen because I don't think they're going to go just into LA Knight and Andrade just yet.
Hmm.
LA Knight needs somebody that he can beat up on, and sorry, Santos Escobar, you're
Yeah.
going to be that person. That's
You're up next. Yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
you're up next, and there's an L in your future with that, but it should be a good match.
And that was a good match Friday too. Very
It
good match.
No one
was.
contender. Yeah. No one
Very
contender,
good.
man. Yeah.
Very
Everybody
good
is
match.
starting to grow on Andrade again. There was a lot of BS, including our brother Joe, who uh, said he didn't really like Andrade to win the Money in Bank when I did. But he's, working his way up into whatever title picture they're going to put him in or whatever. He puts on great matches, and a lot of people are seeing it. So again, it looks like we're going to get Andrade Mello 3
Hmm.
to settle the score with that, and then maybe which those two matches were good matches as well. And then we can probably move Andrade on to something else later on down the line and whatnot. So, thoughts on the U.S. title picture because LA Knight came out and was introduced as the title holder in front of a fan since I think that may have been the first time since
Yeah.
SummerSlam or whatever. LA Knight sound like he's still over.
Oh, he's over. Now they said he had some new music. I can really tell the difference. Maybe
It
it's a
was.
little different, but
It
yeah.
was.
I mean, it
It
still
was.
starts out with the L.A. Night at the time, Arrow
Yeah.
A Night. But
I I gotta listen because sometimes I just hear it come on and then I just kind of tune out and let them walk to the ring, and I'd be looking at other stuff
But you
and
know how
doing nothing.
they play it out. The music it'll just be like a just like a keyboard or something, and then the music will come back on.
Yeah.
So the music just continues throughout. It just keeps
Okay.
going all the way through. It's nothing major, but
Nothing changed on it. But I mean, I like it. He looks like a champion, so the belt looks good on him. So
Yeah,
I'm all with it though.
yeah, I'm all for that as well. And it looks like LA Knight will be going against Mr. Santos Escobar. What did he say he was? Escobar C. What is it? What did he
Yeah,
say it was?
it was like
What was he
it
saying?
was he's saying his name, but say
Oh, he
yeah,
was
he's
like
saying
Escobar
Escobar
C.
C off of the LA Knight. Yeah,
Yeah, off of the LA Night. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Santos, man. Go ahead and show the world that you can wrestle, which you can.
hmm
Um, but hey,
but
we'll see what's up.
we had another number one contenders match. Looks like the Street Profits are back in the tag title
Not
picture.
yet.
No, they got one
'Cause
more match.
they gotta go against DIY because there was a
Oh,
tag team
true.
thing.
For Raw
So
and SmackDown, you're right.
yeah, but you're gonna be right though. It is going to be
Street Profits.
Street Profits. Because I think that did DIY get a rematch? No?
No, but they had to win. They had to win their little. I guess I forget who they fight. They fought somebody and they won their match. So they had a number one contenders on Raw.
Yeah,
So now the
pretty
two
deadly
pretty
lost pretty deadly lost to DIY.
DIY.
And the Street Profits, they fought
A-Town Down Under.
A-Town Down Under as their spiral continues.
let's run about that real quick because man, look, I love what they doing with that thing, man. And when them boys collide,
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be
when
on and popping.
Austin Theory and Grayson Waller finally come out.
Man,
Yeah,
man, them boys gonna put on a show
they can
because
go both of them.
Austin
So.
Theory, my guy, man. But that Grayson Waller can work.
Now,
He can work.
Grayson Waller is one of the ones that they
Yeah,
picked
he
to be a
can work.
breakout star this year. So we've got four more months to the end of the year and entering the last quarter, and yeah, maybe that's something that they do for Bad Blood, or maybe they do that match for whatever. But because it looked like Austin Theory got him back with booking a match that he wasn't ready for.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you saw that's starting to play.
Austin Theory finally paying attention. Like, dude, he been doing you like this for the past month.
Yeah,
So,
but I
Yeah, he
love
been
that.
doing
I
you like this.
love
Oh
it.
yeah.
I love that bad blood aspect because uh, that's where
A
old
Town.
boy
That's from
from.
he from Atlanta.
Yeah,
from
man,
So yeah, so
that'll
A
be
Town
hot.
Down Under, Bad Blood and stuff would be their first
Yeah,
thing and
that's gonna
stuff.
be hot right there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that going because Bad Blood is what?
it's the October pay per view. I think it's
Okay,
October
that's in
5th.
October.
So
So we got time to uh
Yeah,
to
they
make
got a
that.
little time to make it happen.
because Bastard Berlin is the end of this month, right? I think like the 31st,
Yeah,
30th.
Yeah.
And then I wonder what they're doing in September. The Bad Bloods in October. So are they doing anything in
and
September?
then we get all in, baby, all in London.
Man, but
Yeah,
we'll talk about that. Like we'll talk
yeah,
about that later,
yeah,
man. You can't talk
yeah,
about that. That is
yeah.
blasphemy to talk about that when we talking about
Hey man,
WWE,
I
right?
just threw that out there, dog.
Nah,
Just
I
threw
mean,
that
It's
out
out there.
there.
It's out there.
it's out
Just
there.
threw
We
it
got
out
you.
there. All
It's
right,
on wax.
all
I
right,
got you.
all right.
So looks like we're heading for a DIY Street Profits match, which we assume that the Street Profits will get the win there to go ahead and let
Should
them
be a
go against
banger.
the. Yeah, it should be pretty good, and have them go against the Gorillas of Destiny, which should be a good match too. You know what I'm saying? Because the Street Profits, they got some history with them, and going back to that tag team turmoil match when Jacob Fatu, pretty much ended them and
Right. Check them out. Yeah.
took them out so they can go ahead and be the tag champions or whatever. So I think it'll be a good match.
So
Will they
question.
drop? Will they
Speak.
drop those titles? I don't know.
Well, look.
So
Speaking of the tag, real quick. Speaking of tag titles, again, I pay attention to everything. They became tag champs the Friday before SummerSlam, which was what at least 2 weeks ago. If you go back and watch SmackDown when they come out to the ring and they're holding the belts still got DIY
I saw that.
on the
I
plates.
saw that the
Yeah,
other
so
day.
on the side plate. They can change the side plates, y'all. Come on, it's been a minute.
But
Yeah,
maybe
I
they don't
ain't
have
even
a.
know. I ain't
yeah.
even
The side
noticed
place
that.
still said DIY.
But think
Yeah,
about it. They don't have a name. They haven't officially named them anything. So
unless it's a bloodline
how you
thing.
gonna
Yeah,
put something on there and you really don't they
Thank
don't have a
you.
name
right,
for it yet?
Just put Bloodline on
type
there.
of
Then how
bloodline.
Well,
about
Yeah,
that?
just put the WWE
Or
thing
just
back
put
on
another
yeah.
there.
By the
brother
You know what I
WWE.
mean?
Yeah, just put a
yeah.
WWE logo of it. I did not know that they
Yeah.
still had DIY
Yeah, I
on the
There's a
saw
tag
couple
that the other
title.
times
day.
where Tonga Loa is walking out to the ring and he turns and the way he's holding the belt, the side plates right there. You
Plain
can
as
see it right
day.
plain as day in the camera.
So, question: I hadn't seen Tongaloa. We haven't seen him wrestle yet. So,
Yeah, I think something
will
going on with
Jacob
him.
come back quick? Will Jacob
I
come
think they're
back
gonna do.
quicker?
They're gonna try. It looked like they're gonna try to do this whole New Day thing because they could have. Everybody
Yeah.
defended those titles and
Oh yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like
It
that.
was
So
the
maybe,
Freebird rule. Yeah.
yeah. So maybe they do the like you said the Freebird rule and let Tongaloa and Tonga go ahead and defend the titles and stuff like that. Or for a while take on that, maybe DIY beats the Street Profits and
And
they
man,
get back and they get them titles back. So why the hell are we changing the place when I'm finna get those titles back at the end of the month? So I don't know.
yeah.
There's a low percentage on what I just said, but hey, it could be.
A- Anything's possible as Kerry Garnett
I
would say.
think they'll hold those belts until the Usos get back together and get them.
No. If we're gonna let Jimmy be main event, he can't go back and be a title person.
Well,
He
think
just
about it though.
can't.
But Jay hadn't fought since for a minute. We'll see him in the back talking to Sammy, but we hadn't seen Jay even out in the crowd the past few weeks since SummerSlam,
He
since
don't really
before
need it right now
SummerSlam.
because he's still
He
white
said,
hot.
right, yeah.
But they
He's
better
still
hurry up.
Well,
They
I
better
think. Well,
hurry
here's
up.
the thing: they got time to build because I think, and again, this is another hot take. I think he's gonna get involved with the whole Rhea and Dom situation too. Because here's the thing: Damian Priest, Damian and Rhea are together now, but Damian really got to worry about Finn Balor. If he's focused on Finn Balor, you still got Liv and Dom going after Rhea. Who does Rhea turn to kind of help her keep Dom away? The Jey Usos are right out there. They showing them interacting before, even to the point of like flirting sometimes, either social media or on screen. So hey, you can see him one time just walking down the hallway, and Brie can be like, "Look, I need your help," and the camera pan over and it's Jey Uso. So I can see
no,
them doing
yeah.
at least a one on not necessarily like a one time thing with them, with maybe doing a mixed tag that one time with them, and then he kind of goes on and kind of focus back on what's going on with the bloodline.
Yeah, so I mean that we still got, and we still got some people that were signed to WWE that could have a, Tala Tonga, Hikale or whatever his name is. He
Yeah,
out there. He's been signed, but we don't know where he is and
when he's
stuff
gonna
as
come, yeah,
well.
when he's gonna show up.
So it's a lot of other things that can pop off during this time to get some more people in this bloodline story. But again, the tag titles and stuff, if we're going to let Jay be main event Jay, he doesn't need to get back into the tag title picture. Again, he did that with the Uso. He did that with Cody Rhodes. That should have been that's the last thing. And you know, we should be moving on for that.
Real quick before we move on, I just happened to look
No, go ahead.
I went to WWE's website just to kind of give me a recap of what's going on. I clicked on the Peacock logo and it took me to an event page. Yeah, Bass of Berlin is August 31st. The next one is Bad Blood. They're not doing anything in September as far as the PLE. So it goes from Bash in Berlin August 31st, Bad Blood October 5th to Crown Jewel November 2nd. So
And then
yeah, go over
Crown
in Charlotte
Jewel, Crown Jewel is going to be, that's their event over there to where they
and
want to
Saudi.
attract some big names and big matches and stuff over there too. So we could
When
have some
Survivor Series?
November,
I would
End of
imagine probably
November.
the end of November.
End of
Yeah, let me
November.
see.
end of November. So we might get
Interesting.
Roman's match at Crown Jewel. What was before that? Before Crown Jewel?
Bad Blood. So they're not doing anything in September. So they're going from August 31st to October 5th. So Bad
Probably
Blood
Do
is
you
October
do
5th.
Roman? Do you do Roman in
Maybe Atlanta. Bad Blood's in Atlanta. That's too late
Yeah,
though.
do you do
Oh, you know.
Roman in Solo at Bad Blood?
Could.
Mm.
I don't see them
Here-
doing it in Berlin
Here's
for sure. I
here's
don't
a
see
hot
that.
take
No,
about Crown. Here's a hot take about Crown Jewel. So a surprise show up at Crown Jewel. Brock Lesnar. Watch what I say. All right.
man,
Clip clip
fuck all that.
clip this episode. What time is it? At 30 point what 15?
Okay, but how
Um
and who?
well,
Why?
I mean I don't know, but I'm just saying if you look at the history of these Saudi pay-per-views, we've had Goldberg, we have Undertaker, we've had Brock Lesnar. It's always those bigger names. We had John Cena, somebody from the Attitude Era, or not necessarily Attitude Era, but someone from in that. I guess you call it was John Cena the John Cena era. What did they call that? It was Attitude, and it was the. I mean, some people call it
The ruthless aggression.
ruthless aggression era. Yeah, somebody in that range.
Man, do y'all care to see Brock Lesnar though? I don't really care to see Brock
Lifestyle.
Lesnar.
What I would love, it probably won't happen though, is again think about big names. You bring Hulk Hogan out there to pump up the crowd, hype the crowd up. Now, so you hear Brock's music, he comes out, F5s his ass.
Hey,
They just leave it at that. We don't need no match. We just need Brock just destroying Hulk Hogan. They leave it out.
and Hulk Hogan destroying his damn self right now in life.
Man, what?
So yeah,
Gotta be wild.
where's the Iron Sheik when we need him, man? Dang, Iron Sheik, man,
You jabroni.
Yeah, just, bro.
man. He just had a post out there just for Hulk Hogan. Period. That was it. That's the tweet.
Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
That was the tweet.
that's
Fuck
the
Hulk
tweet
Hogan.
right there. You know, so
He did that at least once a week. I promise you. When he was alive, he would tweet out "fuck Hulk Hogan" at least once a week.
all in all, a decent um, episode of SmackDown, obviously with the original tribal chief carrying the the show there. So um, here's to seeing what comes up next week. As we continue to go into our show, I want to also give a shout out to one of our sponsors over at Creative Graphics, who continues to do well in business. You know what I'm saying? If you can see here, I have, one of the shirts on right there. Let's see if we can scroll down and find it right there. There it is right there. I got it in black though. Just so y'all can know that I'm practicing what I preach when it comes to creative graphics and everything. I'll go ahead and put that banner up so you guys can see the website there. Go to www.creativegraphics.com. Get you some beautiful, positive merch and support your people out here at Aaron and his family out here in Arizona. Also, I haven't put it up there yet, but I want y'all to, for all my people who may be following us in Arizona, shout out to my business, refinebusinesssolutions.com, your one-stop shop for financial planning advice and all of that good stuff, digital media marketing, photography, videography, and stuff like that. I'll let you go out. Make sure I put some stuff out there for Will. Anybody else got something they want to put out here?
That boy
For,
going in.
well, hey,
That's what I'm
gotta,
talking about, baby.
do what you
Go
gotta
get
do.
it.
You know what I'm
Go
saying?
get it, man. Go get it, man.
Oh yeah.
Get it.
So we'll go ahead and get into um, Monday Night Raw and talking about the happenings of Raw yesterday, starting.
And the Judgment
Uh,
Day is still looks like still kicking.
Judgment Day is still alive and kicking. I think the series as the Judgment Days of Our Life has been on its last legs.
Is renewed for his final season.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They just brought the cake. They brought the cake in and said that the show was coming to an end. So
Right.
now we got the new people, and I've been hearing some rumblings about them changing that name. They better not.
Change the
They
Judgment Day,
said,
man.
yeah, they were talking about name is calling it Street Trash, bro. That has to be fake.
No, that's fake.
That has to
I
be fake.
know.
No,
I
that's
know.
from multiple outlets, and that WWE has claimed that they have trademarked Street Trash for some
Yeah.
reason.
Because the only reference to street trash is when Gunther called Damian Priest that before their match. He called Damian Priest street trash, which was be referring to him, not necessarily all of Judgment Day. So I don't know. I don't think that's true. But
I
now
don't know.
I think Rhea did say something about you can have Dom, but the Judgment Day is ours or something like that.
Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to hold on to that name and they got to call themselves something different. I don't know.
Who said that?
I want to say Rhea said that on Raw Monday.
I don't think they're fighting for Judgment Day. I think that they are rolling with this name that
The Terror
the
Twins.
Terror Twins or whatever. I don't know where they came from or
It's
whatever.
it's an that was their name on the Indies. So you got to think Rhea and Damon have known each other for a long time. They was on Indies together, indie wrestling scene together.
Okay.
So I think that's where it comes from. So
Okay. Well, that probably be what they came from, whatever. But she even had the TT under her eye.
yeah, I saw that.
I noticed it on the interview the promo that she was doing yesterday. But I'm really enjoying it.
But
This implosion of the Judgment Day.
Yeah,
that we knew.
Yeah, so what the line of the whole promo, I think I even sent y'all the clip for it when she told Dom that he talking about what he said something about our love together wasn't that deep anyway. And he said, I'm sure you've heard that before, that it wasn't deep enough.
Yeah, she said it wasn't deep. I'm sure you've heard it before. It wasn't that deep.
It wasn't that deep.
No, even the whole sloppy seconds chant. Some dude was like sloppy. You can hear them. And she was like, I love to have his sloppy seconds. Somebody on X was like, well, Liv is his.
Sloppy
Rhea
seconds.
is his sloppy second. So you want Rhea too? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think also that there's going to be one more member of this new Judgment Day. I think Raquel Rodriguez is going to insert herself in this some kind of way.
Where is she at anyway? Is she hurt or is she getting a boob
She
job?
was ill.
She has a condition, like a skin condition and she actually wrestled one time, and I think she had like a little breakout. The flare up and got swollen all on her face and eyes and stuff. So they were like, okay, let's take you off TV for a while. Let's do it until we figure this out.
I was wondering,
Yeah, no.
I mean,
once if she goes under to fix the skin, hey, while I'm under, go ahead and take care of this. You never know.
Man, I remember. See, the reason I'm laughing is because that was one of my things. I was like, Raquel come out there. Raquel cute. You know what I'm saying? She a good wrestler and all that other stuff. But she part of the itty bitty titty committee. So I was like, maybe they can give her a little bit more to kind of match her physique or whatever. We don't know. Okay, we don't know. But I think that Raquel will probably, because she's coming back to Raw pretty soon. I guess everything is okay. I'm glad, and we'll see where she goes with it. But it looks like we got a match out of all the happenings that happened yesterday because Rhea and Damien will be going against Dominic and Liv at Bash in Berlin. Thoughts on that match? Thoughts on that match?
Nice. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, we knew we was gonna get a mixed tag at some point, but yeah, we're getting the
That's
Bash
gonna be
Berlin.
nice.
That'd be good.
And I love how they took it to the crowd and how Damien came behind them, and then that was all right there. Gave me that Memphis Mid-South Coliseum.
And they're brawling out into where the concession stands are.
Yeah, man, that was some good stuff.
Yeah, no, that was cool because it was a part of me that was like when they was up there talking, I was like, it'd be cool if Damien came up behind them. And when she said that, she was like, it's good because we can hear your voice so we know where we can find you.
Right.
We knew what time it was. And to have them out there, the whole thing, this payback with the Terror Twins and Judgment Day is good entertainment. And you still got Finn in the background ready to get his hands on him. That's going to be a bad blood match, I think, as well, because it's Bash in Berlin, then it's bad blood, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
So we already know that that's going to be a match there. I think Rhea and Liv will have another match, that one as well.
So they need some backup though. Who do you think their backup gonna be? You think Jay will come in and give him a little backup, being that Rhea around?
I
I
think
mean,
I think he will. Yeah, I think he
that's what
will.
that what Q said.
At least for this first match, it may not be long term, but maybe for this first, he'll jump in for a little bit, and then they'll eventually move. He'll eventually move away from it. I think.
He's been mentioning, you know, once Sammy got his title back, that they were going to go after
The
Judgment
tag,
Day and
yeah.
those tag titles.
So that's the other two to
Yeah,
go.
because they
Yeah,
did beat him. Yeah, they did beat Jay
yeah.
down, and then Sammy came to help
Okay,
him. So
so it makes sense. All right, we good.
So I think Jay will get involved in this whole Judgment Day deal with the Terror Twins, and oh man, let's see. Yeah, that could be
That's
a
it.
4-on-4. That's 4-on-4 right there as well.
That's it.
Where you
That's
get
it.
Sammy involved, which should be random because Sammy ain't really had anything to do with that as much
Well,
that I can
he
remember.
just
pushing them
that
for
one
the belts
time.
though, but he pushing them for the belts though. So that's the whole thing. And Sammy gonna roll with his dog.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, they do have the tag bill. I forgot about that. The
yeah.
gentlemen do have the Raw
Judgment
tag
Day got
title.
the belts.
Yeah, they got the belt, so that's
Yeah,
why they
so
want to go out.
you can set up. Yeah, you can set up a tag match on there. But
Yeah. So
as
yeah,
we go ahead.
no, go ahead, bro.
I was just saying as we transition away from that particular storyline, um, I'm gonna mention the name Odyssey Jones. Who? Odyssey
Ah,
Jones.
I was really like, oh, here we go. But I'm loving what they doing, where they going. I'm loving the fact that uh, Woods is finna break bad, and it's
That's
gonna be so freaking cool to see. I
so.
can't
Here's the
wait.
thing.
Man, I'm just looking forward to all the hurt people that's gonna be in the audience because some of these people see it coming, but some of this shit they ain't seeing this shit coming,
Right.
and it's gonna hit their ass like a ton of
Well,
bricks.
here's
And
another thing that people may not see coming. See, the camera is focusing on Xavier Woods' reaction. What if they flip it and Kofi jumps him and Kofi and Otis Jones beat down
I
Xavier
thought
Woods?
about that today. See,
That'd be like,
that's why y'all
woo.
my
So
boys, man. That's why y'all my boys because I thought about the same thing. It could be a whole freaking swerve,
yeah,
and Carrion been doing this so Kofi can join, and then Xavier will still be the baby. That would be the biggest swerve. That
Oh
is
man,
actually a good. That's a good swerve right there
that
for that to
is that
happen.
would be
However,
that would be good.
if it doesn't, and Xavier Woods goes out on his own, and he joins carrying cross or whatever. I think it's not going to be his angle is going to be carrying cross didn't break up the New Day. Kofi, you broke it up when da 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 and
yeah,
blah 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 blah. You see what I'm saying?
right.
Now, where Odyssey Jones will fit into all this, I don't know. But I love carrying cross, man. How he brought up he is trying to break up. He is trying to bring in Odyssey Jones to replace Big E.
Yes.
That's what the fans and people were saying too, man. But
But
Right.
that man be on it, bro.
I think what they could do with that, you could throw a tag. You can throw a couple tag team matches in with Jones and Kofi against Carrion and Woods. Because AOP doing their own thing and Karrion Cross really don't have much to do. Go ahead, throw them on in there, let them get in their little tag match for a couple times. It's cool. I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
Oh yeah, tag. Oh yeah. So it's only a matter of time before I think they go ahead and do a new Judgment Day in whatchamacallit too. Uh, what's the name of that faction? Final Testament.
Oh,
The final testicles. Uh, that's what Kofi called them. The final testament in the new Judgment Day. I think they're programmed because that way we can insert uh, AOP into the tag title pitch where they belong. The boys can go, man. I don't know what the fucking holdup is on AOP being tag champs or being in this tag title picture hard. But they're just, I mean, I don't know what's going on with it, but AOP needs to be in this tag title picture
Somewhere.
against New Jack somewhere. I think they deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve that. And Carrion need to go ahead get into the IC picture and stuff with Braun. That's gonna be a good one too. That'll be a good match. That'll be good.
Are
Somebody
they
good.
turning Braun baby? I mean Braun. I mean yeah.
He this weird
What
tweener
y'all think?
to me.
Yeah, he kind of in the middle right now.
Yeah.
He's one of those bad guys that still gets some cheers, even though he's trying to do everything impossible to make you hate him by beating up all your favorite people. But they rolled with him though. They had him see him when he was coming out to the ring. They had him talking and talking to the camera and stuff. So
Do I hear he say and that was cool too. Usually people walk and do this and they talk about how bad they are and what they're gonna do to the people and the man. She was like, I ain't gonna do that. I'm just gonna go out here and show y'all what I'm about, that I'm a bad dude. And he was like, he told Pat McAfee, do I hear some dogs out there? And hey, I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's a happy medium where he's going, and that's why I think that Carrion will be good to go in this too, because that'll show the face side of him. If you want to go after some more people, you still got Jay Uso and stuff as well that's out there and stuff. And until Ricochet pop back up or Prince Puma pop up somewhere on AEW or whatever, that's always still a get back that I think that would be good as well. So I don't know.
A lot of matches on Raw too. A lot of matches on Raw.
Hell, you got 3 hours.
Yeah, but usually they do way more talking than they have. But so I guess somebody's talking and they putting a little more matches out. So
at least most of the matches led to something, because I think the next match after that was Alpha Academy versus what did they go? No, they didn't go against the American Made, the Chad brother, Chad.
No, it was the Creed brothers versus, which they are part of American Made versus the
that's what it was,
Alpha Academy.
because he let them keep an Alpha Academy name.
Right. Well, the biggest thing that happened in that match is Ivy Niles finally.
Was it big though?
I would say that's the biggest thing from that match. We knew it was going to happen, but it finally happened. Yeah.
We knew it was going to happen, and I knew it when the interview, because they was building it up with her. In the interviews, the last couple of weeks, Ivy Niles been talking to her and stuff like that. It's been building up for the last few weeks, and they finally let it happen. Obviously, they're going to build up Ivy, because Ivy is another young one that can go, that can wrestle and stuff like that. And it looks like Chad is going to add somebody else to this faction and stuff as well. So, because he's trying to bring somebody else in to help with the Y6 and stuff as well. Because he called himself at the Olympics to recruit. You know what I'm saying? So it could be somebody else that comes in this picture and helps, or who's going to be quote unquote American made, that's going to join this faction.
Yeah, speaking of the Olympics, and of course this doesn't have to do with Chad Gable, but so WWE has an NXT star, or at least performance center star, that actually ran in the Olympics
and got gold.
Just they got gold medal. So that's cool that they got those athletes, like real athletes over there representing. So now now that the Olympics is over, she can kind of go back to training.
She signed an NIL deal, and instead of them calling it what it is, they called it next in line.
Yeah,
I was like, that's creative,
right? They probably had to do this, since they're not a college or university technically offering these NIL deals. So
I mean, hey, these track girls, man, they Bianca Belair, man, they cold. Like they get it. You know what I'm saying? They're athletic. They can be able to take these bumps and stuff in the ring and whatnot. Hey, looking forward to see what that young lady do when she gets done with the Olympic side of thing and get over into NXT and work her way up. But they got some other women coming up too, man. Like I said, man, Lash, Kalani, what's that? Kalani Joy. She is good, man. She is good, bro. She is good.
She got jumped tonight, because I think I watched a little bit of NXT right before we jumped on. So Whitney Chu jumped her while she was doing commentating.
Yeah, but we saw last week Wendy pretty much put her on notice that I'm coming after you, pretty much. So yeah, anyway, we'll get on that. So we were talking about the New Day. That train wreck is coming. That breakup is coming. That's going to shock a lot of people. what else happened on Raw that was interesting?
Well, I was gonna
The
mention that you had Gunther and Randy Orton confront each other, but they literally did it, which I didn't understand. Why was Drew McIntyre coming out there? But they really did it just for CM Punk to show up afterwards and beat down Drew with his
Yeah,
belt.
but as in you getting in my business, you're old news. Why are you in my business again and stuff like that? I think that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah,
Um, I thought that CM Punk and Randy Orton was going to kind of have a face off. Because they haven't in a while, and somebody mentioned that they had some beef in the past and stuff as well. But it was interesting how they went from one segment into another one, all in one area
right.
of, Gunther, who had a decent promo. I think it was all right because you started talking about, Cowboy Bob Orton and all them being, underachievers and whatnot, which he really didn't lie because Randy Orton daddy didn't really win a title that I know of in WWE.
He was in that era where if Hulk Hogan wasn't champion, wasn't nobody champion. So because
Yeah.
think about Roddy Piper never won the WWE Championship. Jake the Snake never won. They was all in that Hulk Hogan era. So,
Bro, we were just talking about that. We were talking about that last week.
Yeah.
And so speaking real quick, now I'll let you get yours on there. So out of Ted DiBiase, Rick Rude, Kurt Hennig, who was the other one? It was somebody else. Just go to my hold up. I'm gonna pull it up. We're out of those guys. Where we at? Where we at the bottom? I'm going through my trash here because I did delete it. But anyway, out of those three, who did Jake the Snake?
Okay.
So out of those, Jake the Snake, Kurt Hennig, Rick Rude, and Ted DiBiase, who should have held the title back then? Who could have held the title back then out of those four?
Well, I was a big fan of Mr. Perfect, so my vote would have been Kurt Hennig because he was already IC champion, and he made that IC championship relevant during that time. Because again, you had people like Hulk Hogan as the world champion, so that Intercontinental champion became the championship you saw on TV. And so yeah, I think Mr. Perfect should have been the one that should have been at least given an opportunity. I remember one match on Raw where he had Ric Flair where the loser had to leave Raw and Ric Flair ended up losing. But yeah, that match I think was probably one of his like top 10 matches in his career. So
he would have wrestled. He would have wrestled circles around Hulk Hogan, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, if they would just gave him an opportunity, yeah, he would have.
I picked Ted DiBiase because I thought that Ted he can pay anybody to help him do what he had to do. He was the ultimate heel.
Yeah.
To me. So anyway, that was mine. I divert.
Yeah,
so,
I would say this from a character standpoint, yeah, $1 Million Man should have won it. From actual wrestler skill in the ring, it should have been Mr. Perfect. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So let's see what else. We had the Judgment Day. We had CM Punk. We know that it looks like they're gonna have some kind of strap match.
Automatic.
I think that's what's finna happen.
What you
next.
call it when they tied to each other? What you call it?
Yeah.
Bull match.
Yeah, something like that. But
Something
I think that's what's happening.
Leather strap match, something like that.
Yeah, leather strap match where they're both tied to one end of it, so nobody's running and all that other stuff.
Who said to something on the pole, man? Every time we get to talk about something, somebody say something on the pole.
This dude talking about some dumb on the pole, man.
Oh yeah, and we still gonna get. Well, see, here's the thing: they've changed it now because if Rhea still wanted Dom, yeah, we could have Dom hanging from pole, whoever won the match. But now she don't want him no more. So
anyway, so what else about to say?
Dom hanging on the
pole. Speaking of poles, Shayna Baszler now.
I knew it was coming. The Stud Stable finally got a name, man.
The Stud Stable finally got a name.
Sucks.
They still, what did they call
it? And that name sucks.
Hey, man.
That name
Fusion Energy Collective or something? No.
It's like 10 names,
Fusion.
Man. Why man, just name them the Daggers and call it a day, man.
What is it?
It's something collection. Collective.
Yeah, Pure Fusion Collection.
Pure Fusion Collection.
Collection or collective or whatever.
I think it's collective.
That is pure garbage.
That's trash.
And then it was like the interview, like they had the little interview, the little vignette or whatever with Damage Control talking about they stuff. And man, shout out to Dakota Kai, man. Like, man, that my boo is she just having a hard time with them knees, Lord. This help Dakota Kai in them knees. She's gonna be out another 8 to 10 weeks
All right.
with some on her knee. So man, prayers up to Dakota Kai, man, and getting her
They
stuff together.
yeah,
But
they slick made damage control baby faces too.
yeah,
Just from
they
the
they
way they
they
be
just
acting and
slid
stuff.
they slid that right on in there. But it's hard to root against. I mean, EO man is man, she is
Yeah,
nice in the
yeah,
ring,
she's nice.
man. Like EO is good, and they brought the whole Sky Pirates thing back, thing or whatever, their tag team from
Yeah.
NXT. But yeah, so they said they little promo, whatever, mixed it up um, with Japanese and English and stuff, so we can understand. And then we went over to these women, and that's when she decided to say, "Which this is what our name is." And
I'm
when
gonna
she
tell you,
said it wasn't nothing behind it, it was just I'm not trying to hate or be too
yeah,
critical,
it don't
No,
flow. It
but
it
don't flow
don't
easily.
it
flow.
don't.
No.
Trust me. Give it 2 weeks, and they're gonna be called the PCF. They're just gonna abbreviate what
They need to do
pure
something.
FC is what they would call
Yeah,
pure FC.
PFC, the pussyfooting clique, and that what that's what it is. They pussyfooting around. I never knew.
You
Yeah,
change the F. Change the F.
I changed the P. I changed the P around.
What I'm saying and what you said, you
Oh, you
changed.
said use a different F word for it.
Anyway, so that name is pure. That name is
uh,
pure
It's
fucking
trash, man. It's
collective of
trash.
trash, bro. I
so
don't.
It's trash.
as we get it kind of to the end, I know I think the only thing else happened on Raw. I was surprised they had a 2 out of 3 fall matches as the main event with Sammy and Braun Breaker. But
Damn good match
They
though.
drug they
yeah,
Damn good
hey
match.
they drug it out to make it a good match though.
Damn
yeah,
Even
good
with
match
Sammy
though.
winning the first fall, which kind of got everybody into it, which would have been better if I would have flipped the first two falls because they could have either went another way by just letting Braun just squash him pretty
yeah.
much and win both matches and be done with it. But for them to kind of still build up Sammy, it was still a good 2 out of 3 fall match. It kind of made you think that maybe this was a chance that Sammy would get it, even though we knew that he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it was still pretty good. So shout out to Braun. Maybe this will be the last. This is the last thing going on with
Yeah,
Braun
this
and
it right
Sammy.
here.
I think that's a
This it.
wrap for that.
Yeah, this
So
it.
now maybe we can see what's happening with Braun and who the next victim is going to be um,
Mhm.
on that part. Um, Last thing before we get out of here, we
What you got
always,
today? What you
oh
got
man,
today?
I try to find something pretty good for our debate
Come
of
on
the
in.
day. So let me go ahead and put this up here, and I ask you, gentlemen, the pictures and stuff may not be on here as what I want it to be, but you kind of can see what it is. Which faction? When we get this on Twitter, it ain't mine. I make sure I put people's name on here so they can make sure that they get to do the justice that they deserve by coming up with some of this stuff. But I ask you, gentlemen, which faction had or has the most aura? There seems to be this thing now that everybody talking about aura and all that other stuff. So if you can't see, we got the OG bloodline, okay. Then we got the OG Judgment Day. And then we got down here, everybody know who that is down there. It's Evolution, okay? And then we got the NWO. I say you
I,
gentlemen, who
I,
we rolling with.
I'm just gonna say it. There's not a lot of thought behind it, but I'm just gonna pick my favorite. When that evolution music hits and the boys come out there in those suits, man, it's so for me. I always think about the Dave Chappelle skit when he met Rick James. We had an aura; it was like orange around him. That's what I saw when Evolution came out in the ring. It was a glow around them,
You
especially with
got
their
the
music hitting though.
you got the glow. Doom doom doom
So
doom.
so I'm
You
gonna
got
go
the
with
glow.
Evolution. That's just
You
me
got the
personally.
glow. Do you need the glow?
And I'm gonna go and second that. And the reason being is because you can say all of those factions are good. NWO never had aura about them. They had badass about them. You know, Roman has an aura,
I disagree with that.
but the bloodline as a whole, they didn't have that. Judgment Day, nah.
They're last because they were new. I go.
Evolution, Flair. Flair is an aura all by itself. You know, you can put him. I don't give a damn. You can put him with a mouse and Chuck E. Cheese, and it's still they fight. But then you throw in Triple H when he was badass. Then you throw Orton. But come on, man, you can't. That's it. Now, if the Horseman was in there, then we had something to debate about. But as far as I'm concerned, no debate.
Yeah.
All right, Rick, go on, be the album.
He
Here it
always
Yeah,
gonna be
comes.
the
You know it's coming.
you already know. Let me go ahead and make sure I have all our listeners on this one.
Especially
Let's
since Joe
see.
not here, you have to be the
Debate
odd one out.
of the day. Which faction has the most aura? And I'm going to have everybody hopefully
Hold
check
up.
in on
Hold up.
mine.
And make sure you had that nigga please symbol when you get ready to do it.
I
I'm
don't
just
think what
saying.
I don't think what I'm you acting like I'm about to say the Judgment Day or something like that. No, I'm not about to say that. Okay, I'm not doing that. So my pick, the last will be Judgment Day. Right before the Judgment Day comes the NWO. Even though the NWO was the hottest thing going on, everybody wanted to be NWO. So for
and
them to say that they didn't have aura is not that's not true.
yeah. Now once the NWO had about 5 members,
Now
it started going back down because it's like
when they had 32, they had the
right.
whole roster itself and referees. That's when the shit started to
Yeah.
hit the fan. So then I would do my second faction out of this because it was cool, but I just didn't really get into it. Was Ric Flair and them group? I didn't
Evolution.
really get into Evolution like that. It was
Man,
straight though because they all had gold. I remember the pay per view when they all won gold. I got it, but come on, man, the bloodline, bro.
yeah,
You had Roman.
that's recency bias.
You had Roman. The Roman. No, Roman had both titles. Then you had the tag team division locked up with the Uso Penitentiary. You had comic relief in Sami Zayn that took it to another level. And then you had the wise man, Paul Heyman, that everything that he touched slick been gold. And you had everybody in the audience and stuff throwing up the ones and everything. And you had people in the evolution saying, woo. And that was Ric Flair. That's
He
because it was
played.
behind it.
No.
But
Hey,
aura and swag, come on, bro. Their OG bloodline had us going, man, for at least 3 years, bro.
I mean I get it, but just I know me. Anyway, you go to YouTube and look up Evolution's theme music. I just want you to play it. Just the first part of it. Just listen
I
to it.
get you. I
I would
get
tell
you.
you how
No,
you
I
feel
mean,
when you hear it. I'm just saying.
I got you. I got you, and I respect that. I respect it. Like I said, I respect y'all comments on that, and I don't have a problem with. I just didn't really get into Evolution like that. When it was tuned in, when Evolution came out, it was like, oh shit, it's Evolution.
So you
When
change the channel.
I didn't say I changed the channel, I was still watching it again. I understand. They had the titles, they had everything, they had this persona and stuff like they had that swag and stuff like that. But when nobody really that I was checking for, man, like man, I can't wait till next week to see what Evolution does. No, I wasn't getting it. From
I
bloodline,
feel you.
bloodline, all them. Well, I can't say all
Yeah,
them
yeah.
Samoans and
Oh,
and Sammy, they back should be huge right now. The way they carried the WWE for those years,
they
bro.
did about 3 years. You're right.
They
It's a fact,
carried it
man.
and they had a swag. Roman didn't have to say a whole lot. He came out there looking cool, man, telling people, acknowledge me. Like, come on, bro. Like, OG bloodline is where it was at for me. So, anyway, that's a good debate. I mean, we can continue to have that debate and stuff. But like you said, though, OG, the Horseman was in there. I would have to put the Horseman number one.
Oh yeah.
I would have to put the Horsemen. There's nobody fucking with the Four Horsemen, man.
Nah, it's
And fight me. Anybody? There's nobody that we didn't see whatever fucking with the Four Horsemen.
not
Just
even
saying.
close. Not even
Not
close.
even close. And I'm talking about us, not Ric Flair and them. So we appreciate everybody, man, and checking
Ow!
in
Shots
with
fired.
the. I
Shots
really
fired.
appreciate everybody checking in, man, with the Four Horsemen. Corey was like the NWO man. Like I said, when they started to bring everybody into it, man, that's when it went sour, bro. So I respect it. Appreciate you checking back in with us, Corey. But again, like we said, man, shout out to everybody rocking with the Four Horsemen. Don't forget to follow that ticker down there, man. We on Spotify now. Give us a listen there. The Black Four Horsemen. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Cut the notification bell on, all that good stuff. Instagram, follow us there for all our shenanigans on X and everything like that. Make the Black Four Horsemen a household name. You feel me? Let's do it, man. Get us up, man. Get our numbers up and stuff on all those platforms. But until then, until next week's show, man, it's the Black Four Horsemen in the building, man. The
Yes, sir.
gentlemen, the rest of the horsemen and stuff will be back next week. Hopefully, man. You have all four, maybe five of us rocking next week, man. So we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week, man. Four Horsemen, and we out.
We
Oh,
out.
peace.